Hello all, welcome to R&D Labs with me Rohan, and today in the map series we are going to see Apple Maps. We are going to see how to capture the current user's location and drop a pin to that location. So, how do we do all this? Let's get started. So for this tutorial, I have created a startup project in Swift using storyboards. And the first thing that you got to do is you need to head over to viewController.swift class and import MapKit. I'm just going to do it right away. Import MapKit. All right. And as you know that we are going to capture the user's location, right? So we will have to ask the permission from the user to capture the user's location, isn't it? So what we got to do over here is we need to head back to our info.plist file and add two keys to the info.plist file, which are for privacy settings. Okay, so let's open our info.plist file and we will have to add a row to this, and we will have to add privacy location. I might just scroll and find location always usage description, and I will just say test Apple Maps needs your location. Okay, so you can just provide any value as you want to. This will show up on the prompt when the app will request the user's location. And we will have to add in one more key to the info.plist file, and this is for privacy location when in use description. Okay, so this is what when in usage description, sorry, and we will have to just copy paste this and add this to the same key. Alright, so after you have added the two keys for the privacy settings inside the info.plist file, as you know that we are going to show the Apple Maps to the user. Okay, so why don't we just add the map view to our storyboard and then head back to our viewController.swift class. So let's go to our main.storyboard, and over here we will have to add map. There you go. So this is the MapKit view. Let's just add this over here, and let's stretch that across, and we will have to add in some constraints so that it just shows up properly on our simulator or on our iPhone. Okay, so let's add the required constraints, and we are done over here. Okay, one thing that we need to do is just to drag the outlet to our viewController class, and I will name it as my map. Okay, now let's open up our viewController.swift class, and over here we will have to add in one delegate, which is CLLocationManagerDelegate. Okay, so let's add CLLocationManagerDelegate, and over here we will have to add in a variable by the name location manager of type CLLocationManager. Okay, so let's say let location manager is equal to CLLocationManager. This is the one, and just leave it right there. Next up, in the viewDidLoad method, just make some room here, and over here we will have to set the delegate to the location manager variable. So let's write location manager dot delegate is equal to self, and actually this also provides the accuracy level to capture the user's location, but bear in mind that if you keep it as a best accuracy, then it might drain the user's battery. Okay, so it is just up to you, but it is always good to have a best settings for your location capture. Okay, so let's write CL location accuracy best. So this is what we have to set, and let's move down. Over here, we will have to place a check, which means if suppose the location services are enabled, then only you will have to request the user to get the location, isn't it? So we will have to add a if block over here, and let's say CL location manager, location manager dot location services enabled. Okay, so the description of this method is it returns a boolean value indicating whether location services are enabled on the device or not. Okay, so if it's not enabled, it will just escape this and it will go to the else block. Okay, so let's open up the if block here and say location manager dot request location. Okay, and after which we will say location manager dot start updating location. Okay, so these are the two very important blocks over here that we are going to write in the viewDidLoad method. Next up, we have certain stubs for the CLLocationManagerDelegate, which we are going to write right here. So function location manager did update location, location manager did update locations. This is the one, so let's open that up. So let's make some room here, and in this we will have to add in a condition, and the condition is this variable right here, which is an array, will return an entire bunch of location coordinates in an array format. Okay, and we will have to write in a variable over here, which is if let user location is equal to locations dot first. So what it actually does is the locations is a set of arrays, and you're just picking out the first element or the first node of that particular array, and you're just assigning it to the user location. So after that, what do? You actually stop updating the user's location, isn't it? So you have already assigned it to a variable, so you don't want the location manager to work hard and fetch the the new locations for you. So you just completely stop updating the user's location. So this is what we're going to do in the upcoming block. Let's write we have, I think, manager over here. Let's say stop updating user's location. Okay, you see the description of the method over here, which says stop the generation of location updates. So next up, what we are going to do is we are going to capture the coordinates, isn't it? So let's say let coordinates is equal to ls or cl, cl location coordinate 2D. Okay, and over here we will have to pass in the latitude and longitude. Okay, so where do we get the latitude and longitude from? In any cases, it should be from the manager itself, isn't it? So let's say location manager dot location dot coordinate dot latitude. Okay, so we have to have the location coordinate from the location manager that we have declared earlier in the class. Okay, so we will have to also give in the optional value of decimals, and we will have to add the same thing for the longitude as well, isn't it? So let's copy this into the longitude section and replace the latitude with longitude. Clear? So now what we do, we will have to show the user's location on a map, isn't it? So there is actually a way to show the user's location. One is the piece of we can say the region. Okay, so it's kind of a region if you see, and it has got an altitude as well, isn't it? So when you see a map, you actually pinch and zoom, isn't it? So you actually zoom to a region, and when you zoom in, is the altitude that gets reduced, isn't it? So that is how the map is actually shown to the user. So what do we do over here? We will have to first declare a variable for the altitude, and Apple calls it as a span, S-P-A-N, not spam. and actually the region. Okay, so this is where your user's location is at the moment. Okay, so there are two variables that we will have to declare here. So let's say let span, which is this, is equal to, and this is of type MKCoordinateSpan. Okay, and we will have to provide the latitude and longitude deltas over here. Okay, so oops, what's going on? Longitude and latitude delta over here. It is actually captured in decimals, so I'll just keep it as 0.1, and we will see how further away from Earth, or the surface of the Earth, that we are at this moment. Okay, so this is the altitude of your map. Okay, so if you go further up, you will have to increase the value of it. Okay, so if you want to go further in, that is zoom in, you will have to just add another 0, or so you'll have to have a lower value over here. And if you want to further zoom out, you will have to have a higher value. So this is how the thing works over here. Okay, so let's say let a region is equal to MKCoordinateRegion, which is right here, and we will have to give a center and a span to it. Okay, so let's say coordinate, which is right here. So this is the variable that we had declared for the CLLocationCoordinate 2D. Okay, so this is the same thing that we have passed over here, and the span we have already declared over here. So let's put in the same variable out here, and that's it. So the hard work is done. Now what you need to do is you need to put this block of code into the map, isn't it? So let's say my map, this is the one that we have declared earlier, and we have created an outlet for it, dot set a region. Okay, and the region is region and animated. Do you want it animated, yes or no? So let's give it a true to it and leave it right there. But it will look quite boring, isn't it? I mean, you're just showing a map with the current user's location. Don't you want the pin? So let's add the pin as well. So let's say let I'll give it pin, or my pin, my pin is equal to MK point annotation. So this is where the annotations of the map come into the picture. So Apple has got the MK point annotations class, and we will declare my pin over here, and let's say my pin dot coordinate is equal to, we already have the coordinates right here. Okay, so we will have to kind of add the pin to that existing coordinate. And do you want just a pin, or you want a title as well? So we will add a title to that pin, isn't it? So let's say title is equal to, say, hey there. Okay, and if you want to kind of bunch in more information to it, there is another property called as my pin dot subtitle, isn't it? Hey there, I'll say I'm here. Sorry. I'm here. Okay, and after that you will have to add everything into the my map. Okay, so let's add my map dot annotations, or rather add annotations, and you will have to pass in my pin. Okay, so now very nice. I mean, it will definitely work, but there is also a good way to actually ask the location coordinates from the user, isn't it? So Apple has actually provided the location manager authorization classes. Okay, so this is as part of the CL location manager delegate, one of the stubs from that. So let's add that, and we can complete this block. Okay, so let's add function location manager did change authorization. Okay, so this is the stub that we have, and over here we will have to add in a switch statement. So let's write switch statement. Okay, and we will have to add manager dot authorization status. Okay, and over here we will have to write authorize always, and just write a return over there. The next block is dot authorize when in use. So this is also a positive statement. Let's return right there. Case dot denied. Let's write return, and the next case is restricted. So if it's restricted, you need to kind of ask the permission again from the user so that he will grant it, and again the location manager will be able to capture the user's location. Okay, so over here you'll have to write location manager dot request or when in use authorization. Okay, and that's it. So let's write another case which is called not determined. Okay, and then we will have to add in one more line of code which is similar to what we have done for restricted, which is again you will have to ask the location manager the permission for capturing the user's location. Okay, and a default line of code will be always location manager dot request authorization when in use. Okay, so this is what the 3 lines of code will be for restricted, not determined, and default cases. For authorize always, authorize when in use, and denied, you just have to return the statement back. Okay, and there is one more stub that we need to write before we see this running on an iOS device. So let's write location manager did fail. Was there anything like did fail with error? Okay, and let's write print error, and you are done. Okay, so what all did we do? So we imported the map kit, we added 2 privacy settings within our info.plist file, which is privacy location when in usage description, and privacy location always usage description. And you can write basically anything you want to, which will kind of let the user know for which the location is being requested. After which you go to view controller or Swift class, you will have to add in the location manager, or rather declare a location manager variable, and within the CLLocationManagerDelegate you have to have the 3 stubs, which is for location manager did update location and location manager did change authorization. Here you are requesting the user the permission to capture his location, and the last block is for the location manager did fail with error option. Great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug in my iOS device and we'll see it working. Okay, so I'm just going to run this on my iPhone and we will see what we have here. There you go. So it actually asks you the location permission. Okay, so this is what we had written, which is test Apple Maps needs your location. So this is the same thing that we had seen in the info.plist file. I will say allow while using the app and we'll see where it takes me. Right there. So I'm just speaking to you from one of the locations out here, and we have also added the title to the annotations. But if you just tap over it, the annotations will pop up and it will show you the subtitle as well, isn't it? Now I just want you to see what will happen if I increase the delta for the span. Okay, so let's stop this and we will just put it as 1.0 and 1.0, and we will run this again and see what happens. There you go. See, now the map is kind of zoomed out even more than what we had seen earlier. And you can, if you go down, it's like you're able to kind of have in your gesture controls on the map. But when you have increased the span, it is like you're zooming out from the map. Okay, so this is what I wanted to now kind of explain to you while I was speaking about span. And this is it. So I hope you have understood this tutorial, and we will see you next time. So it is that simple to drop a pin to the current user's location using Apple Maps. I hope you like this video. If you have any doubts, please reach me out in the comment section. I'll be happy to help as always. And please, please, please like and subscribe to the channel. And see you until next time. Cheers.